Have you ever thought that, despite a balanced diet and regular exercise, your legs might feel weaker, that stairs might seem higher, or that it takes you longer to get up from a chair? It could simply be due to age, or perhaps there's something you're doing without realizing it that negatively affects your strength and mobility. Many seniors unknowingly make a daily dietary mistake, believing they are doing the right thing. For years, it has been repeated that fruit is healthy, natural, and beneficial, and in most cases, it is. But not always. Some types of fruits, although considered healthy, can over time weaken the legs, worsen joint inflammation, cause knee pain, and reduce movement capacity. This happens because, as we age, our body changes, circulation decreases, metabolism slows down, and certain foods, like some fruits that once were harmless, can become harmful to mobility, balance, and strength. However, many fruits contain acids, carbohydrates, and other substances that can increase blood sugar, promote inflammation, and weaken the legs. The problem is that damage accumulates slowly and silently until clear symptoms appear: calf pain, stiffness in the knees, or discomfort in the thighs even after minor efforts. Today, you'll discover the 7 most dangerous fruits for those over 60, the ones to avoid to preserve leg strength and health. After reading this, you'll look at your usual fruit salad with different eyes. If you care about your mobility and want to keep your legs strong and pain-free, keep reading. And if you care about your health, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on little-known information. Your opinion matters. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. We begin with the first fruit on the list: pineapple. Famous for its anti-inflammatory properties thanks to bromelain, it can actually have the opposite effect in older adults. Rich in natural acids and sugars, it can promote inflammation and muscle weakness after the age of 60. Despite its reputation as a beneficial food, I'd like to clarify an important point. As we age, blood vessels become more fragile and less reactive to sugar spikes. That's why foods like pineapple, though rich in benefits, can pose hidden risks. Pineapple introduces a significant amount of natural sugar that is quickly absorbed, causing blood sugar spikes. These spikes can damage the small blood vessels that supply the legs, reducing circulation and oxygen delivery to the muscles. The result? Pain, fatigue, swelling, and even sharp pains in the legs, even after a simple walk. In addition, pineapple is both acidic and sweet. This acidity can irritate already inflamed joints, worsening conditions like arthritis or stiffness in the knees and ankles. Some people even feel a sensation of heaviness in their legs after eating it, as if strength were slowly fading away. Another aspect to consider involves medications, in particular anticoagulants. The bromelain in pineapple can alter their effectiveness, making them either too strong or insufficient. The biggest danger lies in the subtle nature of these effects. There are no obvious symptoms or immediate pain. Damage accumulates gradually until one day you realize you're moving less than before. That's why many seniors don't connect leg weakness with the fruit they eat daily, mistakenly believing it's just an inevitable effect of aging. What can you do? You don't need to eliminate pineapple completely, but it's important to understand its effects, especially if you suffer from leg pain or unexplained swelling. The damage may be mild, but real. If even an anti-inflammatory fruit like pineapple can have negative effects, imagine the next one: soft, sweet, and often recommended for muscle health. We're talking about bananas. Second fruit to evaluate: bananas, true imposters for those with leg problems. They're rich in potassium and energy, ideal for preventing muscle cramps. However, for seniors, they can carry hidden risks. Bananas contain sugars and carbohydrates that are rapidly absorbed, causing blood sugar spikes. Over time, this process can lead to insulin resistance, reduced circulation, and increased inflammation. Symptoms include soreness after walking, a feeling of heaviness in the legs after meals, and calf stiffness. Moreover, bananas can cause fluid retention, worsening swelling in the ankles and feet, especially in those with heart issues. The effect is silent and progressive. You think you're helping your muscles, but in reality, you are feeding a slow loss of strength. The main issue is that the damage isn't immediately felt. It builds up over time, making movement harder and increasing pain. If your legs frequently feel heavy or swollen, maybe it's time to reconsider your banana intake. They aren't always as beneficial as they appear, and what if something even smaller than bananas could cause the same problems? Let's talk about grapes, the third fruit on our list. Small, sweet, and seemingly harmless, they are often chosen as a light and healthy snack, especially for their antioxidant content, which is good for the heart. But for seniors, grapes can hide a lesser-known inflammatory effect. Grapes are high in fructose, a type of sugar that, in large amounts, gets converted into fat and uric acid when the liver doesn't fully metabolize it. Uric acid accumulates in the joints of the feet, ankles, and knees, causing burning sensations, stiffness, and swelling that can make walking difficult. This process is silent, a sharp pain in the big toe at night or sudden tension in the calves. Could be signs of increased uric acid caused by just a few clusters of grapes. Fructose also feeds chronic inflammation, affecting mobility, blood pressure, and flexibility because they're small and easy to eat. It's easy to overdo it without realizing it. 2 or 3 handfuls can be enough to trigger reactions in the body. So while grapes may seem like the perfect snack, they might contribute to a gradual loss of agility and well-being in the legs. Now you know the risk hidden behind the sweetness of grapes if you consume them often and notice swelling or increasing stiffness. But grapes are not the only apparently healthy fruit hiding dangers. Another example is watermelon, tasty and refreshing, famous for its hydrating effect. However, despite its high water content and low calories, it acts in the body much like sugar. Watermelon, the 4th fruit on the list, is often seen as a hydration ally, especially in summer. In reality, it has a very high glycemic index, causing rapid spikes in blood sugar similar to sugary foods. In elderly individuals, these repeated sugar spikes can damage circulation and increase inflammation, especially in the legs. The body responds with more insulin, but in tissues with reduced circulation such as calves, knees, and ankles, this response can generate pain, fatigue after walking, and ongoing swelling. Many people eat it in abundance because it seems light and healthy. One slice leads to another, without realizing that each portion adds sugar, metabolic stress, and silent inflammation. Therefore, that feeling of heaviness in the legs or difficulty climbing stairs may not just be due to age, but also to a snack you believed was harmless. It can be misleading. It seems like you're drinking only water, but blood sugar rises quickly. Circulation suffers, and consequently, the legs weaken. Is watermelon really helpful for hydrating seniors, or does every bite add fatigue to movement? Perhaps it's time to rethink its consumption, especially if you've recently noticed increasing tiredness in your legs. Let's now move to another fruit often associated with health: oranges, 5th on the list. Common in juices, breakfasts, and immune-boosting drinks, oranges can pose a risk to joints in people over 60. Famous for vitamin C and its fresh scent, oranges contain acids that can irritate already inflamed or painful joints. Those suffering from arthritis or morning stiffness may experience increased pain in the knees, hips, and greater difficulty in movement after frequent consumption. These symptoms are often attributed to age, but the real culprit might be the glass of orange juice you drink every morning in hopes of better health. Its acidity, combined with existing inflammation, can fuel joint stiffness, swelling, and discomfort without us realizing it. Citric acid in oranges doesn't just affect the stomach. Once in the bloodstream, it can worsen joint fragility and cause sugar fluctuations, especially when combined with the fruit's natural sugars. The result? Increased general inflammation that makes every movement more tiring and painful, particularly in knees, ankles, and calves. Although oranges are not harmful to young people, they can have silent effects on seniors, intensified by weaker joints and reduced circulation. The problem is that people consume them believing they benefit the body, often out of habit or health tradition. Moving on to the sixth fruit, green apples. Apparently safe, they are considered a healthy choice for their less sweet taste and lower visible sugar content. In reality, they hide two substances that can negatively impact mobility: malic acid and a naturally present, but not so obvious sugar, malic acid, responsible for the sour taste, can irritate the digestive system of seniors, and in the long run, promote joint stiffness, nighttime cramps, and hip and knee pain. What seems like an innocent snack might actually be contributing to leg fatigue and discomfort without you realizing the connection. As we age, the intestinal mucosa becomes more sensitive and can react to the malic acid found in green apples. Once absorbed, this substance can irritate not only the digestive system, but also the joints, causing intense pain in the hips or thighs in some cases. Others may feel a burning sensation in the feet or stiffness in the knees. The issue develops gradually. Over time, the acid accumulates and symptoms intensify. Even the natural sugar found in green apples, although less noticeable due to their sour flavor, can negatively affect blood sugar levels in seniors whose metabolism is slower. This can translate into leg fatigue, nighttime cramps, morning stiffness, and difficulty climbing stairs. Frequent consumption of raw green apples, especially as an evening snack, amplifies these effects. Although they seem like a healthy, light food, they can complicate mobility, stiffen joints, and disturb sleep. And if a simple fruit like a green apple can have these effects, imagine one of the sweetest and most sugar-rich fruits, mango, the seventh and final fruit on the list. Soft, juicy, and sweet like candy, mango is loved but poorly suited for those with joint problems. Rich in natural sugars, it can intensify leg weakness and pain in people over 60, masking itself under a tropical, innocent appearance. I'm not talking about a small amount, but rather a significant sugar load capable of rapidly spiking blood sugar. If you're young and active, your body can manage this increase, but after the age of 60, the situation changes. Metabolism slows down. Each sugar spike triggers a strong insulin response, followed by a sudden drop. This process fuels silent inflammation in the joints, especially in tissues around the ankles, knees, and hips. Those suffering from nerve issues may feel burning in their toes, tingling, evening swelling, or a sense of heaviness in the legs. Mangoes. Fresh, light flavor often leads to large quantities being consumed without realizing the sugar load involved. Its apparent lightness is deceptive. For the body, it's still a metabolic shock. Over time, this can lead to joint pain, instability, and difficulty walking. Many people eat mango thinking they're making a natural, healthy choice, but natural doesn't always mean suitable, especially with weak circulation and aging joints. Now you have a clear picture. 7 commonly considered healthy fruits can actually harm mobility in seniors. But here's the good news. There are other fruits with opposite effects. They reduce inflammation, support joints, and strengthen legs. So Let's see which are the best alternatives and how to choose fruit to promote health and mobility. Among them stand out berries. Natural, rich in antioxidants, and far less aggressive, metabolically perfect for those who want to protect their joints and maintain strength and agility. Blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and other berries are natural allies against inflammation. They have a low glycemic impact, are rich in antioxidants, low in sugar, and improve circulation, especially in the legs. They help fight stiffness, swelling, and maintain greater mobility. Cherries are also useful, provided they are consumed in moderation. They reduce uric acid levels, relieve joint pain, and prevent gout attacks. A handful a day can be enough to feel their benefits. Avocado is an uncommon yet highly effective fruit. Thanks to its healthy fats, it reduces inflammation, protects joints, and regulates insulin, providing constant energy without sugar fluctuations. 4. A digestible option. Papaya is an excellent alternative. Its enzymes fight inflammation and aid digestion, respecting both the stomach and joints. Pears, on the other hand, offer a gentle, sustained sweetness, ideal for those seeking energy without added burden. Paired with fiber or protein, they become a balanced snack. These fruits not only avoid harm, but genuinely support the body. No swelling, no discomfort, just wellness, stability, and vitality. It's not just about eating fruit, but about choosing the right one for your age and needs. Fruit that works with you, not against you. And with this mindful choice, you'll start noticing the difference. More confident steps, freer movements, and calmer days. We conclude here with an important message, words of attention and hope intended just for you. If you've made it this far, it means you care about your future, your strength, and your health. And I want you to remember something. It's never too late to change. You still have time to regain energy and well-being, and you are not alone. Aging isn't easy. Pain, stiffness, and fear of losing balance can arise gradually, giving the impression that your body is slowly weakening. But the truth is, you can still do something. You don't need extreme decisions, just smart, sustainable changes, one meal, one snack, one decision at a time. The fruits we discussed aren't necessarily bad, but they may no longer be the most suitable for your body today. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing with greater awareness. When you begin to eat attentively, selecting foods that support your joints, circulation, and strength, you'll feel the difference. Less pain, more mobility, lighter mornings, and more secure steps. That is the real goal. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments what you learned today and what change you're ready to make. Click like if this video helped you or opened your eyes, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Before you go, leave a message. Your opinion matters. Stay strong and alert. And remember, your independence begins with your legs.